So recently I walked into this this pub. They're a front for a line of beers. Now, you know, when going into a restaurant, you know, for the first time, I'm always a little hesitant. You know, I kind of want to check the place out, you know, take a little look around, you know, at least glance around, you know. Sometimes you can kind of feel something off about the staff, or there's just something strange about the space, you know. Anyway, I've learned to, well, I try to trust my gut, you know, because it's always hit or miss with restaurants, I've found. So, you know, I make my entry, you know, I walking forward, you know, yeah, I'm greeted, you know, courteously by this this young woman, you know, behind the little podium. Got their little crest on it, you know, and you know, things are going well enough, you know, keeping my head up, trying to look respectable. You know, I don't, you know, as far as I know, I'm going largely unnoted. You know, I'm just another customer. You know, I sit down, I ask, I look over the menus, I asked for a couple of beer samples. You know, things are going well enough at this point, you know. I'm expecting to have a nice, pleasant time, you know. Contemplate some things that I've been contemplating, and, you know, maybe do a little writing. You know, mainly just trying to relax. She brings me the two little samples, and turns out I like neither one, and you know, so I opt for a Arnold Palmer. That's a lemonade and iced tea, which is, you know, served me well as a substitute for alcohol, you know, and I wasn't, you know, I don't know. I just kind of thought better of it. You know, I don't want to get drunk in the middle of the day, and, you know, got a very low tolerance, you know, so. Now, I'm just being, you know, I've been, thus far, I've been just very, you know, just pleasant and courteous, but a little, you know, I'm withholding, you know, a little bit of myself. She's an attractive young lady, and, you know, the thing is, though, I mean, she's just fakely cordial, you know, she's just, her friendliness is completely fake, and, you know, that's fine. I mean, if that's the best she can manage, I mean, it's just a job, and, you know, all I'm really looking for is you know, somebody to serve me some decent food, and you know, leave me alone, basically. You know. But then what she does, so after I reject the beers, she walks and she goes and talks to another server, and she says something about how she thinks I'm gay. And this guy, he walks up, this really goofy fellow with a big stupid smile on his face, and it's like he thinks he's being enticing or something, you know. And you know, he gets in return just a flat line, you know. I'm still being courteous, but I'm just, really, really retracted, you know. Nevertheless, he persists with all that throughout the remainder of the my time there, you know. And so this girl, she what she's done is she's insulted me, you know. Yeah, let's just say I was gay. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tip her. You know, she's being nice. She's being nice. She's you know, getting me the things I want. You know, I'm not going to tip her. That's just crazy. You know, I'm not wanting to. I'm just not in a flirtatious mood, and you know, she comes across as fake, and all she's really doing. I mean, she's playing this sort of fishing for tips game. You know. And I'm not gonna bend over backwards. Just, you know, I don't come into a restaurant to have a social interaction with anybody. That's not the point of it. It's you know, I mean, if you know, I happen to make some kind of connection with somebody, you know, that's cool. But that's not why I come into a restaurant. You know, so I'm not gonna go out of my way to, you know, I'm not going to put up an effort to make sure she knows that I'm a straight arrow, you know, and I'm aimed right at her. Oh boy, you know. I'm not going to go out of my way to do that, you know. But I'm always going to be courteous, because, you know, you got to be careful with the people who you know, who fix your food and who serve your food. I've come to find out, because people are not necessarily as professional as they should be, you know. You got some real characters populating the restaurant industry. You know, I've worked in restaurants. I know. I worked as a dishwasher, and you know, I was never tipped. I never gave you know, they never gave me a portion of their tips. That was never the deal in any of the places that I worked. Sometimes I got to take home some extra food. I suppose that's some, you know, a bit of compensation. Some stuff, you know, that might have been about to spoil or something. You know, I take that home, cook it, you know, stuff like that. You know, little stuff like that. But you know, in general, you know, you work a lot harder as a dishwasher. You know, and there's, generally speaking, no appreciation, you know, from the server staff, you know. Just saying. But, so, you know, I'll just say this. I never feel any obligation to tip. I really never do. I don't think being a server is that hard. I really don't. But here's the thing. So she insults me and makes my whole meal unpleasant. And then this guy, you know, steps in, and evidently he's trying to do his part, you know, he's trying to do the same thing. You know? And this is what just blows me away. And I mean, it never used to happen before I think 2001. You would never ever hear, "How's everything tasting?" You would never ever hear that question put to you. How's everything tasting? You would always hear, "How is everything?" How is everything? With the emphasis being on the is. How is everything? How is everything? You know, what you're doing, you know, when you approach somebody with a query that's too specific, it's like you've got a fork, and you come up and you poke them. How's everything tasting? You know, Well, you know, I cannot detect the poison. So, you know, good job. You know, it's tasteless. How is everything? You know, I might need an extra napkin. I might need to know where the restroom is. You know? How is everything? How is everything tasting? That's at least semi-sociopathic. That's at least a semi-sociopathic question there. As though you're trying to pull something over on me, as though, well, the quality of the food is actually not so great, but hey, we doctored up a certain way, and you know, we just hope it tastes all right, you know? So, of course I'm not going to tip in a case like that. Yeah?
Do you know where the remote would be inside?
No, I've never, nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
So I wonder where that got started, you know, this, how's everything tasting? How's everything tasting? How is everything? Thank you. Well, you know, if I've given you a little something to think about, something to think over, you know, if you appreciate this message, you know, you may want to leave me a tip. I've got a Patreon page now. You know, for the longest time, I didn't have one. You know, if you could support me at all with anything, it would be much appreciated. Thank you.